education, politics,
economics, culture, weekly news, a roundup of national news of the week on Renouveau TV every Saturday.
Weekly news, the news to English speakers.
You are watching Renouveau TV. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on Weekly News. Once more, welcome on Renouveau TV. Road accident in Moriba Bougou. A dump truck registered AV2446MD killed a woman and her child on Monday morning in Moriba Bougou. Overwhelmed by the magnitude of the tragedy, the population burned the vehicle. The police intervened to diffuse the tension and arrest people to restore order's details. It's here in the Moriba Bougou market that the tragedy occurred. The driver of this dump truck from Kulikuko would have lost control of this mastodon and killed a lady and her child. Very shocked by the situation, a few people burned the truck that killed the two people. Hadn't it been the promptness of the police in the area, the driver would have been lynched by the angry people. This is not the first fatal accident in this area. They are counted at 40 in this last month. This situation has driven the police and the relevant services to take action, but the situation still remains because of the incivility of residents, populations, and truck drivers who use regularly the Bamako-Kulikoro axis. After 100 days of unlimited strike, the Autonomous Union of the Judiciary and the Free Union of the Judiciary returned to work this week. Regard to strong demand, magistrates expect to go beyond usual hours in order to shorten the suffering of the peaceful populations. Under the chairmanship of the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Accountability Lab Mali organized this Saturday, November 3rd, TEDx Bamako. This meeting of listening and sharing of experience allowed various speakers to express their vision for an emerging Mali report. In line with the theme of the meeting, Le Futur que nous voulons, meaning the future we want, the TEDx allows various stakeholders to share with the audience their vision for an emerging Mali. Strategic partner of this activity, the representative of the U.S. Embassy, Emma Moros, explained the reason for the support. TEDx Bamako Godmother Kamisa Kamara, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, welcomed the initiative while emphasizing its importance for young people. At the end of the activity, organizers of TEDx Bamako offered recognition trophies to the event's partners and to the 8 speakers who shared with the audience their future for an emerging Mali. The USAID Mali Sira project leaders met last week at the Conseil National du Patrimoine Culturel, public and private sector in favor of the school. The aim was to expose on the Yelenkenem project a documentary space at the community level that helps children learn to read and write, but especially to seek support from the business world. Details. This meeting, which mobilized about 30 public and private sector actors, aimed to support the Yelenkenem component of the Sira project, which is a small community library containing about 350 titles. The project intervenes in 4 localities, namely Kuliko, Sikasso, Stegu, and the Bamako district.
Yelenkenem are community libraries, as I said, so it includes it includes a metallic chest, and there's some on display that you can look at, that also include roughly 350 books that the project has developed. And so the idea is that outside of school, children can get an opportunity to continue to learn, to play games, to have fun in the community with the different community actors with which we work. And so it's a space, it's a safe space for children that promotes reading and writing outside of the schools. To achieve its goal, which is the training of our children in small classes, the initiators seek the accompaniment of everybody. And today we are looking for additional financing, additional funds to be able to increase the number of community libraries that we give to our communities. So CIRA is in roughly 3,800 communities in 3 regions, plus Bamako. And so we were fundraising in order to increase the number of libraries that we can give to communities across the country.
For the initiators, the mastery of the first language plays a major role in the second language learning.
We believe that once a child first learns to read and write in his mother tongue or national language, the transition to whether it's French or English is easier, and the child better understands what they need to be able to, learn to read words, letters, syllables, etc.
During this meeting, partners expressed their willingness to support the project for the happiness of Malian children. It has been a few days since the migrants were attacked by the Angolan authorities. For Luanda, it's a question of fighting against the presence of illegal migrants on its territory. Since the announcement of this measure, many nationals, including those in illegal stations, are plunged into fear. Among them are the Malians in large numbers. The Malian authorities and migrant rights organizations are already working to protect and secure the fellow countrymen living in Angola. Commentary. Published on October 25th, the release of the Angolan authorities has created psychosis in Africa, particularly in Mali. In this document, the Angolan authorities announced a large-scale deportation of nationals of sub-Saharan African countries to fight against illicit phenomena in their country. Since this announcement, is a real race against time that has been engaged in these countries, including our country, Mali. The ministry in charge of migration issues and organizations defending the rights of Malian migrants are all mobilized. For its part, the Higher Council of the Malian Diaspora has not only written a statement to express its bitterness at the inhuman treatment that are undergoing our compatriots in Angola, but also organize a press briefing to sound the alarm so that a solution can be quickly found. Turning in areas outside the country for contacts with our compatriots, the Minister of Overseas Malian Citizens and African Integration, Yaya Sangare, has shortened his mission to return home to deal with the problem. The Minister Sangare also said during the weekly press briefing of the government that no Malian was in the first wave of repatriation that involved more than 200,000 people. To secure Malian nationals, a crisis committee has been set up in Angola. To date, more than 30,000 Malians live in Angola. It should be recalled that several groups responsible for migration issues have welcomed the government's effort to manage this hot issue. Aggression of the Niger River by the miners questioning the government on security and environmental issues considered disturbing were topics that dominated the speech of the President of the High Council of Communities at the opening ceremony of the second ordinary session of the institution. It was on Monday in the presence of the Prime Minister Sumelu Bube Maiga and several members of the government. Report. During this regular session, which will last 1 month, the national councillors will examine the text submitted by the government for opinion and other questions. Taking advantage of the presence of the Prime Minister and several members of the government at the opening ceremony, the President of the Higher Council of the Communities, Mamadou Satigi Sidibe, expressed his concern about the aggression of the Niger River by gold miners before highlighting the security situation, especially in the center of the country. Mamadou Satigi Sidibe hailed the government's initiative to organize consultations on the draft territorial division and the organizations of the social conference next January. Recognized for its commitment to the traditional value, its respect for human rights, Mali is experiencing today one of the worst human rights abuses. This is pimping. In the western part of the country, where artisanal gold panning attracts rural youth, we're witnessing this practice which doesn't honor the ethics of our society. Let's follow this survey. Pimping runs up in cars in artisanal mining areas. The third largest gold producer in Africa after South Africa and Ghana is facing a worrying situation, which is pimping. The problem is in the city of Kaz in western Mali and has taken extreme proportion. In addition to Malian girls, the sub-regions are also victims of this practice. They come from Senegal, Guinea, Nigeria, Cape Verde, and others. Some girls reveal to us that they practice this profession under the orders of traffickers who took them from their home countries by promising them a better job in Mali.
So it means that it's dangerous. I'm going to Mali to come and do with her. So after I came to Mali, the next day, he buy carton of Cordon, Kleenex, and so she told, give me, and ask her that I think when I'm going to use this, and to told me that this the work they are doing this side. I told her that I can't do this work. I want to go back to Nigeria. He told me that if I go back to Nigeria, so it will make me mad or he will kill me, all these things. So after that, he collects my nails and my hair. So I told that after that, I'm scared if our Lord will make me mad or will make kill me. So after I call her, I say how much I want to go to balance. So he told me that it's 2 million. So I'm scared. I continued to give her the money before that. So I got 1 year and 2 months for years. So I call her one day and say, Auntie, I'm tired. I can't do this work anymore. I want to go back to Nigeria. He told me that no problem. My money have not finished yet. So I have patience. So he tell me when my money have finished. He told me that my money has finished. I told her that overnight. So I did there almost 2 years, 1 year and 2 months and passed. I call her again. So he's now started calling and beating me or I'm crying. I don't have anyone who will help me there because I was here when my father has need. It's only mom I have the younger ones to take care of. That is the reason why I come to Mali. I don't know that since prostitution they will come and do in this side. So after that, when I got there, 1 year and 1 month, 2 months, that is why I saw one woman help me to come to the Bamako and told me that introduce me to these people. That is the reason why I'm here today. And the only message I have is girls like me who like to travel out. To help me to tell them that they will know there's no woman can come and tell them that they want to travel to London, abroad, all this Mali, Malaysia. Told them that even though they told them it's dangerous or office, copying, to tell them that no, I don't want to go because this is not the truth they are used to tell us, it's lie. So they told her that to not be traveling out.
They tell me that I'm coming here to start my job again because I'm doing hair. I'm an hairdresser. When they took me to Mali here, they say I should start doing prostitution of a thing. I say no. So the woman that gave me injection and I was bleeding until now I'm still bleeding. They took my hair and they asked me to eat cola nuts so that if I run away I will get mad. That's what she said. The man that took me to Mali, he ran away. I have never seen him again. He ran with my phone, everything. Since then I have not seen him again. If I go back to Nigeria, I want to go and start plating hair or ask my mom to send me back to school.
To better understand the phenomena, we met an association that fights against human trafficking.
A lot of these guys were being deceived all the way from their countries, especially Nigeria. When the people go to Nigeria, the recruiter, the trafficker, when they go to Nigeria, they lie to them that they have a place here in Mali, they have a boutique, they have investment that they can come and work. But when they get to Mali here, they take them to Mali area for forced prostitution. Secondly, most of them were being told they are going to Malaysia in Asia country. But getting to Mali, they'll find out that they are in Mali. Now, when they get to Mali, they take them to Mali area, they collect their contacts, they seize their phones, there is no communication to the family. Some of them, they take an illegal oath by collecting the forehead hairs, fingerprints, their nails, armpits, a lot of body items to take them hostage.
Today, pimping has become a real business network and source of AIDS and many other diseases that affect young girls in these areas. War Against Human Trafficking Association is doing all its best to fight against this scourge.
We have been doing a lot to help these girls to create awareness that the life they are living is not the best, and there's an organization that can help them back home, irrespective of the oath they have taken from anybody, especially from their madam, the people so-called the madam who always put them into sexual exploitation. Now, when we get all these girls, we give them a shelter. Pending the time, they will go back to their country, especially to Nigeria. In Mali here, 90% of victims of human trafficking are from Nigeria. Young age, adults, divorcee, women, we have them in category. But what they were told was not what they are seeing here in Mali, and our organization has been doing a lot to put them in good condition. First of all, to take them out of the village, give them good medical care, give them shelter before their repatriation back to the country.
To put an end to this inhuman treatment, the implication and the attention of parents are necessary.
Every parent must be aware of human trafficking. It's not necessary that maybe this person is very close to me. All parents should be at alert and watch their daughters, their children, irrespective of the closeness somebody can be to a family. The trafficker use somebody who is close to the family, to engage and traffic and recruit most of these girls. And parents must be able to teach their children every blessed day. Let them sing it as a music to them that whether they know the person or they don't know, if anybody approach them for traveling issue, they should reject it and they should come and tell their parents.
According to Malian Penal Code, pimping is formally prohibited in the Republic of Mali. Given the progressive rise of the phenomena, authorities should double effort to put an end to the situation. Here takes an end this main weekly news. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Until then, take care.
Weekly news.
Education, politics,
Economics, culture. Weekly news, a roundup of national news of the week on Renouveau TV every Saturday.
Weekly news, the news to English speakers.